Um, and I'm also asking God to give me strength. But I know that the strength was going. I'm going to get the strength I need to deal with whatever horror that I'm going to deal with. And then for these losers that you see here, the participant in this program, for me, they fail. They failed the one thing you can fail. The rest is unfailable. First of all, I don't internalize the manipulation. Actually, as I was making this video, on the side I had a picture because I made a video not too long ago about this like a little Indian kid that after I saw this kid, they were like stimulating me, and it was a whole thing. So I see the kid again. I didn't actually really see the kid. I see like from afar, and I remembered, oh, that's the child. Oh, they made me think that. Well, I realized that picture has a child in, and they make me have the stimulation, right? And it was done purposely. And they tried to do the same thing to gaslight me, right? They were slamming the door. It's like, oh, we just saw that, and they tried to make me imagine something, and I was like, oh, okay, good try to stop me, because they want me to not make this video. It's really mental battles, but it's okay. I've accepted since August 19, 2019 that I've not been myself, and I will not be. They will attack my mind in the more degrading ways. So anywhere there's a child, even if I barely see the child, even if even if the picture is so like far that you can barely see who is in the picture, they will stimulate me. Matter of fact, even the noise of children, they will make me have this stimulation via manipulating my brain, because they can access my brain and alter my brain accordingly. That's the reality. And the clowns around you, their job is to make you think that you're not being manipulated. That's why this theatrics is happening. Target visual. If you ever wonder why this manipulation of your mind and this noise campaign is intertwined, it's because they really want you to internalize this. So by them making this noise campaign every time they manipulate you, it's basically wanting you to internalize it as if you're not being manipulated. It's kind of like a brainwashing tactic. It's like psychological cognitive warfare type of tactic. They manipulate you, and then externally they gaslight you, so you can be internalizing that. Now, the reason why this is happening here, and in my brain they're still having mental battles, because they're like, did we make you think there was a child there, or did we make you marry? It's like stupidity. They forced me to get stimulation because there was a child there, even though I barely could see the child. But the reason why they were doing that is because I'm making this video. Listen, this program is a program that's led by the government. First and foremost, do not get lost in whatever you've seen, or whatever participant you see in that. They're there to disorient you and gaslight you, and they're just participant. They're not important parts. This is some random, what you see over there is a blur, is a random group of trash that do the same thing that every other participant do. And nothing unique about them. But what they represent is what I wanted to capture here. They wanted to play the Avengers. They wanted to play this fierce, angry, their rage is what they want, and they act like they are just so like focused in something that it's all theatrics. They utilize a lot of this like feminist like projection. It's not even feminist. I don't even want to call that. It's just the listen. This new wave of feminism is not feminism. It's entitlement. They're not the real deal. They're the feminism that's just feminism when it's convenient. When things are convenient, oh, okay, now we want to be feminists. Okay. When they benefit, oh, feminism. When it's not, and this is an example of that. Listen, first of all, I'm a very progressive individual. At least I should say. But I can tell when things are not genuine and just used for the facade. They're utilizing this woke-like, politically correctness in such a convenient manner in a program that is so disgusting to men, women, and children. There's so many women dying in this program. There's so many women dying and suffering in this program. So many. They tortured the women and their children in sexual ways. They're disgusting trash. And then they act like their rage is why they're involved in a program that's raping women and torturing children. The truth is they love what they're part of, because in this program, what's happening, just like I said earlier, they can manipulate you. For example, they manipulate me to have this sexual stimulation. When I saw the picture of who is a child there, but even though at the time, I didn't see the child, I couldn't understand. Like, I knew it was a child, because that was what they did to me earlier on. So it's not because what I saw on the picture. It's because I know what is on the picture. It's a picture of a child. And matter of fact, they love the fact they can manipulate me like this. But on top of that, even there's a mental battles, because they were trying to create this mental battle of like, are we making you have this false memory? Because they do a lot of false memory in this program. They can make you imagine anything, memorize. The memories is for them to play. So they're trying to create this style manipulation and kind of mess with how I say things to kind of counter that. This is all mental games that they utilize and they enjoy. That's why they really participate. That rage is just a facade. They love the fact they can do these things to people. That they can control the mind and do all these things. The rest is just the facade. That's what comes with it. That's what they need to do. Because their job is to make me internalize this manipulation, but also make me see them as these avengers. They tell me how I'm going to be feasted, tortured, this, murder, their murder. Like, it's over a long time ago. This is theatrics. Just like you. You wanted this to happen to me when I see you as these protectors, avengers of the trashers. These people are pedophiles, by the way. This pedophilia type of torture is known. They force people to have this sexual stimulation. Torture children. That's coming. They torture children sexually in this program. That's coming. They torture women very, very sexually. That's coming. And they're nothings. What you're seeing here is nothing. I'm going to, till my last breath, I know I'm going to go through horrible things because I put that in their faces so much. You know these people, to them it's provoking for me to keep saying that. But I want to say that a million times. And when every time they open the doors and slam the door, the little gimmicks they just did 2 seconds ago, and realize this guy's never going to subscribe to it. It's like, no, you guys torture children, you torture women, and you guys are the pedophiles. But what's discussing here is what I wanted to go into. And there's a reason why they stimulated me early on. They wanted to disorient me. This trash, who are these bottom feeders, contracted by governmental entities, filled with pedophiles, who is in the program that tortured children and women in different ways, inclusive of sexual ways, wanting to act like they're doing this thing for Courtney. Courtney, you've watched a lot of my videos with Courtney. A few weeks ago, I don't know how long ago, on I don't know if it was on Tinder or something. Oh yeah, it was on Tinder. Some random match comes up. I see a blonde fake profile of somebody called Courtney, and it was like this picture that you see there. This trash have been utilizing Courtney as if they're doing it for her. They're avenging. They're justice seekers. They're so full of shit. It's so disgusting. They just take an image of somebody blonde and act like they're doing it for her. They don't care about Courtney. I was supposed to look at them as just these avengers, little trash ass. This is actually perfect what they did there. That's what Courtney means to them. Nothing. Just some random picture they can put together and be like, oh, we're doing it for Courtney. That's what Courtney is to them. That is something fake to them. It's something that they just use for just presenting themselves in the way they want to present themselves. That's what these trash are. Fraudulency at the highest level. Theatrics. Just like that picture. The theatrics that they're doing for Courtney, completely getting a blonde picture of some random blonde person, and then for Courtney, it's like, shut up, you don't care about her, you will destroy her like the other women. I was actually glad they did this because it's gonna show and validate how fraudulent they are, how fake they are. As fake as this fake Tinder profile. This program is raping so many women, torturing so many women, and they try to cover up that. In one way they like to cover it up, they're using freaking retard children that participate in the torture of even children and women to cover up what's happening to me. For example, right now they try to disorient me by having children talk like I don't know this trash are involved in the same program that torture women and children. And women have called out there's a lot of children involved in these things. And so this trash have pictures of some random blonde and say we're doing it for Courtney. I swear to God, for Courtney, I will never let you guys live your fantasy. In the program where they are destroying the life of so many women. It's funny because some women are even calling out. Because the thing is, in this program, they try to disorient you into thinking that this is anything but a massive government doing that to you. That's why they have these clowns around you. They know their task. They know what they're supposed to be doing. My job as a clown child, I'm supposed to disorient you. I not see you winner too. Because this is who's in charge. We are just the little retards that's supposed to cover up who's this behind this thing. And why do we want to do that? Because if he doesn't see who's behind this, it's going to be easy for him to internalize these things. Now, unfortunately, some of the target individual start believing that it's a cult or other things. This is Katrina. Katrina has some of the most disturbing story happening to her. She's a target individual. She calls out rape a lot. She gets raped in this program. And she's a target individual. She wakes up in blood. She wakes up in disheveled, and she even refused and rape kid. She's like, and this happens multiple times. But one thing she calls out is the fact that there's a lot of female participating in that. And she thinks that in what's happening to her, in this ritual things that she thinks is rituals, who's leading that? Are female. Are women. Because what's happening to her, she sees a lot of women. So she gets lost in this whatever way they try to paint things around her. But others have literally said there's a lot of females involved in this. I'm surprised how many females participate in this thing. Who would do that? Who participate and told women? They literally call this thing up. While this trash wanted to paint themselves as this like entitled fake ass trash. I know what this program does to women. There's a lot of women, a lot of defenseless women dying in this program. And they get raped. They get tortured. I'm not going to allow either this participant that look like that or this child freaking trash grooming this. I swear to God, those little losers. Oh, those ones. They use this childlike participant that are so childish that they have tantrums. You know how a kid has tantrum when they don't get what they want? They get tantrum when you called out that they torture children and women. And there's a lot of females that they're not what they paint themselves as. They have tantrum. So you know what? Things like that you have to handle quickly. Matter of fact, then they're like, oh, because they tell me they're going to frame me with children. They even have tantrum that I will not even allow their method acting. Because I swear to God, if they did that in front of me, they will not wake up. I guarantee there will be a problem. It's for them to see if I'm going to do that. It's for them to see if I'm truly going to do that. But in regard for how I'm supposed to perceive them, I perceive them as the fraudulent, fake-ass trash trying to cover up the reality that they involve in something that torture and does horrible things to women. And Courtney and whoever else they're claiming it, they're doing it for, is as fake as this profile Tinder. That's this Tinder profile. That's what they are. For the sake of Courtney, I would never let them live the fantasy. So they'll tell me like, yeah, you're going to be feasted, you're going to do this. It's like, whatever torture I'm going to go through before this happened. I curse you, dumbass. You are nothing. I see for the insignificant trash I was trying to cover up the reality of what you enjoyed is involved in the program like rape women and torture children. For all the women who've been raped for it. For all the children who got tortured for it. Send your biggest retards. I swear to God, they're going to see themselves for the shit that they are. This is my last, till my last breath. I know who destroyed my life, but I know what this insignificant trash is supposed to be doing in this program. Oh, and they still want to see them. They want me to see them as this big like deal. They're nothings. I fully understand. They're fully just, they are, listen, who I put the responsibility on for killing me is nowhere near me. They put me in this program that torture a lot of defenseless women and children. The rest is over. This trash though are just these participants who have nothing to do with me being in this thing, but participate in the program that torture women and children. That's all. That's the only connection we have. The only connection I have with this trash here is that they involve in the same program that torture women and children. That's it. And since I'm in that program where they torture women and children, that's why they're doing that to me. That's it. But curse this nothingness. And thank you, God, that I didn't end up doing the things that this trash do. Because it seems like they're not very selective who can participate in this. Target individual, stay strong. Stay strong. And do not internalize the manipulation. And definitely do not get lost in how they disorient you. Now, those trash low life, they are truly the low life. I'd rather have no life than have a life like this trash. And whatever torture I'm going to go through, God give me strength. I will never, 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 never let them live their fantasy. I'm about to get up. They already try to manipulate my brain and do some things. Because early on, like I said, the stimulation. That's the things they do. And their job is supposed to gaslight me. But when we face each other, it's like I train myself for when I go outside and I get to interact, not even interact. When they come around me, gaslight me, you see my body cam, it gets bad. The hatred is growing on me. Growing. To whenever it is ready to explode, let's go. But for me, I'm prepping for the horror. Because I know I put these things in their faces so much. Those wanting to play the Avengers, the Justice Seekers. This virtue facade that they've been presenting in front of me to cover up the reality of what this is about. And I will never internalize these things. You know what they do? To rely on maintaining the facade, they start stimulating me toward the children. That's why that happened right before I made this video. And they do the noise campaign to try to gaslight me. Never go and subscribe to that. Target Metro, stay strong. For me, I need your strength. I need strength. But I'm so thankful. Because I know these cowards will get theirs. And I'm thankful I never ended up becoming some trash like them.